So good morning, good afternoon, good wherever you're watching me from the parts of the world. So the news, one take starts with now be Paul Merson will be one of our legends, our Arsenal legends. So back when they analyze the incoming nature of Gabriel Jesus and TROSSARD with this for lineup, so you can analyze something. So what they talk say on current form as we did like this now. Say make attack continue to use TROSSARD. You get say TROSSARD and Martinelli and that Bukayo Saka then get this relationship. You get, and the sweet part is say TROSSARD can go Martinelli side. He's very very flexible. Can go Martinelli side. Martinelli go come number 9, and they can still go Bukayo Saka side. So that is why the team of Manchester City they don't score like 67. Who don't score like 66. So it's not a fluke yet. Now something they're responsible for that. But back up say Gabriel Jesus, based on the form weighing day, they score and they create chance for let's just say he never hits in form. Like it's not much sharp. You get, so for that reason, make races come from the bench. You get, make TROSSARD they always start. So I don't know what to not think about it for Messi talk, because if you ask me, I subscribe to his line of thoughts. Go the intakes Gabriel Jesus small. You get. Then when it hits form, it gets, or maybe it reach time for us to let TROSSARD go rest. Then Gabriel Jesus go start. You get, because remember we have 10 more finals to go. At the same time, back on the praise Arsenal talks the way we Arsenal they play now. Say you never know whether Arsenal go first Man City play on for next week, after the 2 weeks, April 1st. This about go check the calendar, man. Know where we go first and play, because we will first and play. We are playing against Leeds, so the possibility of us going like 11 points clear of Man City before Man City play would be very very high. It gets, though that match you get as it go be. So me, I dey happy. I go check calendar maybe by tomorrow. By the time I go to give you that news, I will let you know whether Arsenal go play ahead of them. So I just be very very happy. So now away from that, we're going to hear some early prognosis. Tomiyasu is likely going to miss the rest of this. Now what we dey hear now, it gets, though we never hear any official news from Arsenal, but that's the news where they fly all over town. Some media personalities don't they talk am, because so even though Arteta they talk say they will need like maybe later today or tomorrow to get a clearer picture of what is happening with Tomiyasu, though Arteta talk say it is looking bad. Now what's in talk, but from the early news of the year, Tomiyasu is going to miss the rest of the season. So what does that mean for us? We'll be having only Ben White as person go fit play right back, because who else go fit play that position? Cedric in the pecking order, they already come out to go join another club. Like we didn't see this thing coming. That's part of the things I'm talking about, injuries. Okay, now I can't imagine say we did for 2 competition. What would the fight for? And this kind of thing happen now. How are we going to do that, Ben White? We're going to wait 3 days, 4 days. This go break down now. So well, we just the pray say we look for how we manage the team and make sure that Ben White itself no can get any injury, because we go to look what happened last season, because what make us no collect that Champions League and Spurs can't collect and was because of injury. If they say we get our first team complete that last season, what happened for no happen? So I don't want a repeat of that last season to happen now. Arteta needs to get his man management on point. Get, nothing must happen to Ben White, because if Ben White is going injury now, who won't play right back for us now? That play will come be a weakness for us. The same way we left back be weakness for this Man City when Nathan Ake they play there. That's why they always have most time they will play 3 men at the back, because they don't have capable hands in that position. Even though they bought Gomez from Anderlecht, the guy not really hit the ground running. You get, so it is what it is. So now away from that, so when you say Balogun don't become the first young player in the Ligue 1, in short, the youngest player in Ligue 1 to score 17 goals in his first season. This record they don't did that since 1956. And Balogun don't go there, go scatter the record. Now another record when they look to break for that Ligue 1, and the record where Glenn Hoddle gets as the first Englishman to score 18 goals in a season in French Ligue 1. So Bolafalari Balogun, they look to break that record. So it's possible he has scored 17, 1 more goal to go. And the goal exploits, now make people like Bayern Munich not the reason the matter, people like AC Milan not the reason the matter. We the Arsenal faithful, or let me talk for myself. For me, I even think it is too soon, because some people don't say, and next season make sure so we integrate Balogun, make him play for Arsenal. For me, I don't subscribe to that line of thoughts. Let him still go out on loan again and get better, because the Ligue 1 is a different kettle of fish to the EPL. So no compare 2 of them at all. So away from that, so people like Michael Owen come as I can talk about the way Ben White they play, especially Ben White's partnership with Bukayo Saka. Number one, first thing, Owen Kole talk say Ben White is an underrated Arsenal player. Like, people don't really give him the accolades. The focus is mostly on those where they score, those where they give assists. We they praise the like of Odegaard, they praise TROSSARD, they praise Martinelli. But people forget that Ben White does the dirty job, and Ben White is one of the reasons why Saka they flourish. You get Ben White now they help all those gang up in the gang up on Saka, like two to beat Saka. Ben White go come there, come make am 2v2 to make am easy for Saka to go in and to confuse the defender. Most times, say Saka go dey one-on-one with defender, Ben White go overlap, go defender no go know whether should I go with Ben White or should I stay with Saka. So all those things now very very key things. And even they ask Bukayo Saka for the media set. Babako dey talk say Ben White, in two of them, they train all this things where they see for the field of play. They do it on the training session. For the training session, they do am wella, so they get this understanding. You get if Saka don dey on the ascending order, like he wan move, Ben White don't understand. Ben White sef go give am the shadow moving. You get so that you go confuse the defender. So Owen Kole say as we dey praise others, a moment I know they forget to Ben White is like an unsung hero. So it's high time we take cognizance of what he's bringing to the team. And the one we say he's very very pacey. You know, they easy to overlap, go help Saka. At the same time, when the opposition is doing counter attack, Ben White go run, come back again, come do a stumbling block. So that guy they do a lot, but people don't see these things, and himself he don't observe am. And himself, no lie, Ben White, the guy don't improve immensely. Like the guy they try. So away from that, so Dean Saunders can they do one interview session for TalkSport. So they call they ask him about Arsenal players who be like a favorite player this season. They call they talk to number one, that Granit Xhaka be young player, because nobody say Granit Xhaka they score all the goals, but for the fact say Granit Xhaka don't make him change his mindset about Granit Xhaka. And not just him, even myself, because he say in the past he used to think of Granit Xhaka like a liability. Especially they cost Arsenal games. Like this season, I might be mistaken, but I don't think any Arsenal player has collected a red card. If they don't collect, let me know for the comment section. I don't think there's any Arsenal player that has collected red card. This is like everybody has this disciplinary nature of Arteta on point. Now the Arteta effect gets. You know, don't believe say once upon a time, this guy Xhaka won't come up for the Arsenal. He dey wear Arsenal badge. He dey quarrel with the Arsenal fans. Now they are singing his name. Granit Xhaka, we got. They are singing his name all the time. They hear him. That love, that bond, and then new celebration. So the bond between him and the fans, he don't did there. So wetin turn all these things around now Mikel Arteta. So about the praise Granit Xhaka, and me too, make I no lie, Granit Xhaka sef they do all the dirty job, and we are proud of him. So my dear football lovers, the major news of the night gets that the fact say we're going to hear from Paul Merson, maybe Arsenal legend. He's saying Gabriel Jesus should continue staying on the bench as long as TROSSARD is fit, because on current form, TROSSARD is better. I get. So that relationship between TROSSARD and Martinelli, it can't be on point. That is why we are scoring goals at plenty, because we play false nine. No go know that Gabriel Jesus for Martinelli for number 9. No go know that TROSSARD for number 9. So Gabriel Jesus need to come back from the bench. I know some people don't go like that argument. They will say make Gabriel Jesus starts, but like I always say, there is no automatic shirts for anybody. There are no sacred cows at Arsenal. If you do well, coach will give you game time. If you don't do well, stay on the bench. You where they come from injury, you are a bit match rusty. You are not match sharp. You are not match fit. So it will be better for us to bring him 20 minutes to go like that to the integrate him until he will start to score. Once you don't score 1, score 2, score 3 now, you go overtake TROSSARD. So that's what it is. So by that, football lovers, thanks for joining the show. So this is the evening news. So till I come your way tomorrow, now get out, guys. All right.